All right. My name's Nathan Cochran, and this is my ECS 210 Summary of Learning. When we first began this class, we were given a definition of curriculum, a set of guidelines that every teacher should follow. I quickly learned that curriculum encompasses so much more than what is defined. We look at Kumashiro's article of common sense, and we see how we conform to the norms that are in our environment. For example, I was introduced to hidden curriculum. This informal curriculum are the things that students learn in school that are not a part of the formal curricula. Hidden curriculum can have an effect on students' behaviors, and these behaviors are what become common sense in classrooms. As teachers, we have been told on what we should do, and this means that we as teachers should follow the norms as to what is happening around us. From this, I can see that curriculum is subjective to person and place. A teacher's individual experiences can affect the distribution of curricular topics to students. Curriculum can also change from one place to another, but usually follows the norms established in that place. We want to be able to challenge these norms as they often have oppressive values. It is important to note that when we do challenge these norms, there will often be discomfort. The reason we see discomfort in challenging the norm is because people have become so acquainted to the norm, and so that any other approach is often met with discomfort. When I look at my approach to curriculum, I want to be able to incorporate curriculum as a process and a praxis. In my schooling, I was often taught in a product approach to curriculum. This included achieving competencies in a certain order. Curriculum is not just a series of steps. If I want to approach curriculum from a process or praxis, I must look at the interactions of students inside and outside of school. I want to use constructivism with students and create meaning from their experiences. Along with creating meaning, I want to create an environment where all students are included and have the opportunity to learn. Finally, with the process and praxis model of curriculum, I want to teach so that students understand what is needed to live in a fulfilling, socially productive, and socially responsible life. When I look at my future growth as a teacher, I look at treaty education. I would often look at treaty education and it would make me uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable with treaty education because I was not familiar with it in the past. It is a teacher's responsibility to recognize and incorporate treaty education into their classrooms. And there are many ways in which I can incorporate treaty education and cross-curricular competencies that we explored in this class. With gaining more knowledge about treaty education, I feel more comfortable than I was at the start of the semester. I now feel like I can incorporate treaty education into my class in a meaningful way. In the end, I see that curriculum is constantly evolving. It should not be static and stay in a mindset of what happened in the past will work now. As a teacher, I will need to be constantly learning in order to provide for my students with the most current curriculum. There are ways in which we as teachers can help improve the way curriculum is taught so that more students feel like they are receiving a valuable education. After this class, I'm more aware of my responsibility as a teacher and all that entails. In other words, my journey in learning curriculum has only just begun.